where's that emoji that shows how you're dead, bro? Like, this makes no sense to me. This entire
What?
debate
No.
is so disingenuous. Like, literally, you're saying fear hacks is defined as inducing fear. Now, passive is not doing something like voluntarily. That's what we're
Wait,
gonna
do you
define it as.
disagree with that definition of fear hacks?
I don't disagree with the definition,
Okay, then
right?
I don't know why you try to mock it. Anyways,
Now, I'm not finished. Like, bro.
like,
Now,
there's no way.
passive fear hacks would be defined as not involuntarily inducing fear, right? Which both scans show people doing. Literally, you're saying, "Oh, Sasuke's being a little baby." No, he's not. Like, literally, he
Yes,
says
he is.
this
You want me to
terrible.
explain why? You want me to
No,
explain why?
no.
Yeah,
He's
you want to
not
explain
being a
why?
little baby because he's not
Okay,
scared
so
of
if you want me to
Zabuza.
explain why,
He's
so that'll be
feeling
case.
the blood. He's literally feeling the bloodlust that Zabuza is exuding. That's it. The passive bloodlust Zabuza has. This terrible bloodthirst. If I draw his attention by even blinking, he'll kill me. I can feel it. I can't stay like this for long. I'm going to lose it. He's not saying I'm scared of Zabuza. He's so scary. He's saying
He doesn't
Zabuza's
have to. He
bloodlust
doesn't
is
have to directly
paralyzed.
say that. It could be indirect too.
But I've made the logical reasoning for why this is happening based on the context of the scan, which literally says
Yeah, and the
this
more
terrible
more
bloodlust.
context clues follow mine, right? Because look, he's first of all, I was a 7 swordsman that missed.
Oh
Literally,
my God.
Kakashi level, who's his teacher, right?
Tamaki,
He's about to fight them, right? Second of
you're
all,
making
he's like,
you're
yeah,
you're
he doesn't
doing
want to
really
move. Because if he moves, Zabuza already posted up to fight them. If he moves, he's gonna get slammed, right? And then Kakashi's like,
this
calm down.
terrible.
It's not gonna get you,
Okay,
bro. And then he stops being a
line.
baby.
Address this line, because this amount of disingenuity is just making my head hurt. At the very beginning of the debate, we agreed to standard battle assumptions, and you said each character starts with malicious intent. Then you went on to say that malicious intent equals malicious nen, and so as such,
Yeah,
it's
you lost the
passive,
point.
right? That's
Yeah, you lost the
fine.
point too.
Zabuza is exuding bloodthirst, right? And
He
then
isn't.
after Sasuke is reacting to said bloodlust. He's not just saying, "Oh, I'm scared of
That's not the
Zabuza and
case,
what he
though.
might do
He's
to
just
me."
being a
No,
baby, and I
he's
told you
saying,
like 4
"I'm
reasons
scared
why.
of this bloodlust that
Because
he's
you
using.
won.
This passive bloodlust that he's exuding is what making me scared. Not just Zabuza's presence in general. Like, to assume
His
purely..."
presence would, it's just that bloodlust because Zabuza post up to kill them and fight. And he's like, oh snap, this warrior who's on par with my teacher is
No,
about to
he's
start
not post
scrapping and
up
I
to...
can't do nothing.
I showed
That's
the
what he
little...
says. There's no way.
Past the jutsu. He doesn't even mention the word killing. He says, enough. Pleasant as this conversation has been, the time for talk is over.
What are you talking
I'm
about?
on a
He said
very tight schedule to polish off...
he said he'll kill me.
Can
I
you let
can
me
feel
finish,
it. What are you
please?
talking about?
Can you let me finish
No,
my
you're just
statement, please?
lying. Like, it
That's
says that
bad.
right there.
Can you
There's
let
no
me
way.
finish my statement, please?
No, I'm not let you finish.
Yo, Tommy,
Like-
who you debating?
If you're not gonna
Oh,
let me finish your
well.
statement, that means that you're just being ignorant. You don't want to listen to acknowledge my point. So, like, what's the point of debating?
Well,
in
your
that
point
sense?
doesn't matter. Your point is in a defeated.
My point doesn't matter, but you haven't even listened to it. Don't you think that's a
No,
little bit
it's
retarded?
the same
My
point.
point doesn't matter.
No,
You haven't
it's the same
listened to my
point.
point. Are you special education?
I'll never lose to
Well,
bro.
that's the first guy I hear you saying.
Okay, thank you.
special
Can I
education
finish my point, please?
Special education.
Like, do you have any more hacks resistance or anything?
Can I
Because these
finish
two
my
are
point,
like
please?
targeted, not hack
Bro.
resistance.
Can I
Bro,
finish my
Tommy.
You still
point,
get
please?
one shot by Nen.
Just
Can I
let him
finish my
make his
point,
point,
please?
bro.
Man, he's being stupid. He's saying the same
Oh
thing.
man.
Just let him finish his
Anyways,
point,
right?
bro.
Let me just address your idiocy because, like, this is annoying me now. We have agreed upon a definition for passive fear hacks: involuntarily inducing fear. I've showed you the entire timeline upon your request. I've showed you the entire timeline leading up to how Sasuke is quote unquote. How Sasuke is quote unquote being a little baby, right? First, Zabuza casts a jutsu. It's not anything related to killing. It's just like a smokescreen of sorts. Zabuza says the time for talk is over, right? And then Sasuke feels Zabuza's bloodlust. And that's when he starts going mad. I can't stay like this for long. I'm going to lose it. Blah, blah, blah. Right? Kakashi doesn't feel the bloodlust. Right? Naruto doesn't feel the bloodlust. Blah, blah, blah. Zabuza's not making any conscious effort to make this bloodlust like exude. He didn't do that. He just cast the jutsu that makes a miss. That's it. That's why Naruto says, "What's all of this fog?" Like that's it. How is he doing anything voluntarily in this sense? He's not doing anything voluntarily, and Sasuke's
It's
not
not
just being a
because
baby.
look, it's not a hex in the first place. It's just Sasuke being baby. No one else is also affected by the eater, which is just more evidence.
Yeah, because
of him being a little bitch.
Sasuke feels no one else is affected. Kakashi isn't affected because Kakashi is like doesn't experience fear hacks. Like he's immune to that fear hacks. That's fine. You can make that assumption. That's cool and all.
No, you have to
Sasuke?
prove he resist that.
I have to prove it. Deductive reasoning.
Yes.
Sasuke feels no deductive reasoning.
If
Have you
you
ever heard
saying
of
he
deductive
resists
reasoning?
it because
So,
Zabuza's
have you
doing it
heard?
and he doesn't feel it's just circular.
May I
It's not
ask,
like
how long
please
have
don't
you been
argue.
debating for? Because it seems as if you went on TikTok, you saw a little bit of like debating premises, and if you just joined the Discord server and decided to debate. Let me tell you what
And you lost
deductive
2
reasoning
points. That's
is.
interesting. So that's fine.
Deductive reasoning is like step-by-step logical reasoning to reach a conclusion. You don't even have to provide like a sort of evidence, since deductive reasoning is evidence. Zabuza passively exudes blood first. Sasuke is starting to go mad from Zabuza's bloodlust. Kakashi, on the other hand, is completely fine. We can conclude that Kakashi is immune to bloodlust and by extension fear. Like literally you're radical.
No, you have to prove. You still have to prove that. Like what the hell?
I think he
I
means.
don't. I just use deductive reasoning to prove it.
Yeah, that's the reason it's not proof, nigga.
Deductive reasoning isn't proof?
No. And even then, right? The evidence you just said, right, from when you explain the scans,
so you're saying, right, by this reasoning, you're saying by this reasoning that this isn't proof, right? Gay people, right, like the same gender. I do not like the same gender, therefore I'm not gay. That's deductive reasoning. That's literally how it works. You're saying that isn't evidence?
That's not proof. No, that's not proof. Like, nigga, what? I'm like, anyways.
It's
no.
not. Okay,
No,
so deductive
anyways.
reasoning is...
Like, do you have any...
Do
you have any resisted hack? This is not a resisted hack. So let me just say that first quarter.
I don't even know what to call you at this point, man. That's surprising. Deductive reasoning isn't evidence?
Nah. I don't care because, like,
anyways,
you can complain all you want about how bad I am. You listen lost like... Can you
please address my point?
I already did. You didn't... Nothing's defeated, right? All the evidence, right? This is majority of evidence going to my side, right? That he's being a bitch, right? And, like,
no,
even then, this isn't a resistance to my hack. You still get one-shotted.
Yes, bro. Okay, Tamaki. So I think I have short-term memory. So like, let me like jolt your memory a little bit. You said I asked you what sort of resistance would be substantial to resist Ren. You said hacks against like resistance against passive hacks. I said fine. I'll show how Naruto resists passive fear hacks. We agreed upon the
fear hacks.
Passive fear hacks. Let me finish. We agreed upon the definition that passive fear hacks is involuntarily inducing fear. Zabuza uses a jutsu unrelated to fear, right? And Sasuke feels his bloodlust and says, I'm scared now. I don't know what to do. That means he's involuntarily inducing fear. Sasuke's being a bitch, that's fine, but he's still he's still feeling fear, right? And it's involuntary. Zabuza never meant to make him feel fear. It's completely involuntary. Like, your point makes no sense. It doesn't go anywhere in your direction. It's completely circular, right? And it's like a desperate attempt to make me seem wrong, when in the reality of the situation, you saying Sasuke's being a bitch doesn't even contradict my point at all. Like, fine, Sasuke's being a bitch because he's scared of Zabuza's passive fear hacks. That's fine. I can agree to that. Like, what?
Yo, passive fear hacks.
Don't be
you can't
retarded,
prove
bro.
he has passive fear hacks. Do you want me to explain why there's just no hacks in general going on with this? Because you can't prove that he's using hacks in this scenario at all. Like, the only thing you have is just Sasuke whining that there's a 7 swordsman to miss in front of him about the scrap. And no one else is affected. And he's scared. And then the moment Kakashi's like, I'll protect you, like, stop being a bitch. He's like, he calms down immediately after. Like, this is not a hacks. Because if it's a passive hack, even if Kakashi said that to him, he'll still be under it. Like, what? That's not resistance. I'm saying calm down.
What?
Like, this is retarded. Like, we could, like, we could go down the list.
It's most
we could go down. Wait. We could go
it's
down
like
the
a part of your brain isn't processing what I'm saying. You're rambling. Literally, if we go to versus battle with you,
I'm rambling more than you. There's no
I
way.
think what Tommy is saying is that you are claiming that he has resisted fear hacks by presupposing that what he's actually using was fear hacks.
It's not fear hacks in general. You can't prove it. There's no evidence.
Exactly. So you're making a claim.
I'm going to go down the
I'm on versus battle. I'm on versus battle with you right now, and it says verbatim, fear inducement, the most simple form of fear manipulation. This is simply the ability to make the target feel frightened. Is Sasuke frightened in that scan, yes or no?
What? He's just scared. Like, what? That's not fear hacks.
Okay, so he's scared, so he's frightened. Thank you. Simple yes or no answer. I don't know why
You
you're
have to induce that. You have to induce that.
Okay, cool. Did Zabuza make a voluntary...
Ability. It's not ability.
Let me finish.
No, because that doesn't follow.
Are you hard of hearing? Are you hard of hearing?
You want to go down the VC and
Let
actually
me
want the point?
finish. Thank you. You just agreed that Sasuke is scared in the scan that I provided, which means that Sasuke is scared, right? You agreed to that. Fear hacks is inducing fear, right? So literally the first application states the most simple form of fear manipulation. This is simply the ability to make the target feel frightened in some form or of another. Since you agreed to Sasuke being scared in that scan, Sasuke is frightened. Scared and frightened are synonymous, right? Zabuza, I showed every single scan, every single panel. Did Zabuza do anything to make Sasuke feel frightened, like directly, like explicitly?
Yes.
No. This
yes, he pulled up to fight them. Yes, that is a yes. He pulled up to fight them.
Okay, what did he do? What did he do?
He pulled up to fight them.
He did not want to fight. He wanted to fight. This is how I know you're not even looking at the scans. He literally says, enough. As pleasant as this conversation has been, the time for talk is over. I'm on a very tight schedule to polish off the old man. Then he casts a smoke screen and disappears. What are you talking about? He wanted to fight them.
He literally pulled up to fight them, right? And then cause he's like, if I make a move, right, I'm gonna get folded, right? Because I'm gonna fight him. And Kakashi's like, calm down, I'll protect you. When he comes down to fight. And then he runs, and no one else, right? This doesn't, and your fear doesn't fit what fear hacks induce manipulation is.
You're trying to assert that
is a hack's ability
that
you have to induce, right? All that happens that shows up.
Tamaki, you're indirectly asserting that the reason for Sasuke's fear is that if I make a move, I'm gonna get folded. I'm so scared. No, I've literally been referring to the same thing over and over again, and you're not addressing it. This terrible bloodthirst. This is the reason why Sasuke is feeling scared. The root of Sasuke's fear is from this bloodthirst, not because if I move I'm gonna get stabbed, not because he wants to kill me, not because of that, not because of this, right?
That's is. That's literally what he says. Like, man, you want to go down the VC and actually want the point because this has been ad nauseam.
No, no, because these VC goons, they all follow you, like, and it's annoying. Literally, they gave no reason as to why
they literally just came in randomly.
What?
I don't even know who Tamaki is.
No, they literally just came in like
single point you've won has been because someone
the only person who is here, the majority of the debate was 1 star, and then he left.
Because I know, no, every point you've won has been because someone from chat has said, "Oh, Tamaki W." Oh, Tamaki W.
No, they were in VC and they listened. They were in VC,
and I accepted this, but I'm not gonna accept it this time because I feel like conclusions aren't fair, right? These conclusions.
That's how you accept the utter judgments too. So you're just like
you're purposely being ignorant of the scan. In fact, yeah, let's move to conclusions. I think Keed was here for the entire debate, right? So can I conclude? Keed?
I just came here 5 minutes ago. What you mean?
Somebody, were you here for the entire debate? Well, not entire debate, but for this specific point.
No, I don't even know who the hell you went over the point. I know the examples. I don't know over the
Look, Sloth, we went over that point like 5 times over. Like, I think everyone knows like what the argument is. So we can just go down this.
I want to make a conclusion.
Can't
you no one here has to be here since the first point of the debate, because this is like a third point.
Could you listen to both of our conclusions and decide who won this point, please?
No.
No?
No, I'm busy right now.
Alright, fine. Somebody?
Oh, my PC just keeps fucking shutting down.
Wait, does he need help with something?
Yeah, could you like listen to both of our like conclusions and decide who won this point?
Wait, what did you say?
Okay, here's my conclusion, right? We established the definition of passive fear hacks, which is involuntarily inducing fear. We established inducing as to cause, right? Now, I showed a scan of Sasuke feeling Zabuza's bloodthirst and immediately wanting to die just to end suspense, right? And I established that because Zabuza isn't doing anything to cause Sasuke fear, right? that this would be passively inducing fear, which is fear hacks. And I've established this multiple times, and he keeps going on about how this is just Sasuke being like a bitch, like, oh, he's just being scared and stuff like that. But I've mentioned that the root of his fear is all about Zabuza's bloodthirst, and Zabuza hasn't done anything to like bloodthirst isn't something that you do that you can actually form. It's not something that you can do voluntarily. It's a passive part of you. It's like any other emotion, right? You can't voluntarily get angry. Like, I don't think you can do that. I feel like emotions are just things that happen. And bloodthirst, especially as an emotion, is something that's passive, right? In my opinion, that's something that you just the intent to kill. So Sasuke feeling this bloodthirst and wanting to die, I feel like this would come under passive fear hacks. And Naruto being able to resist this as a kid would also equate to Would also equate to fear hacks, passive fear hacks, negation or resistance or whatever.
Okay, my brain hurt. I have no idea what you really just said, but you can really just scale him to planetary with like a few scans and probably just win this debate.
It's because like this guy Tamaki has been ratting the entire debate.
I mean, you lost like most of the point, like every point so far. So it's interesting. That's fine.
I lost every point because people in chat would say Tamaki W, and you'd say this verbatim. Well, people in chat said I won, so I win this point. Can we move on, please? And you wouldn't let me speak until we moved on. That's why I keep losing points. Your points have been the most retarded points I've ever heard in my entire life. Bro.
Everyone that I had judged was in VC, and you agreed to them.
Don't let me speak when
there is no judge. There's no way. There's actually no way.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to use your wording against you.
There's no way. There's no way. He said I didn't let him speak when he's rambling more than like everyone.
Yo, Sloth.
There's no way.
Do you have a friend, bro? Do you have a friend?
Pardon?
Do you have a friend?
Not in this server.
Hey, I can be your friend.
Can you just invite them and just ask them to give them their opinion? If you think everyone's just biased towards Tamaki, right?
I don't think you guys are biased because like you know Tamaki for longer. That's not it. I think you guys are being unfair. Like you guys haven't provided any reasoning as to why Tamaki has won this point over me. You know, and I'd like to.
You didn't even ask no one yet. No one said I won or lost yet.
I never said someone.
I'm talking about previous points.
Wait, you never asked. Wait. You can't even argue that here about previous points. Because they said I won, and you said you never asked them why. You just said, okay, let's move on. Don't be stupid.
Yeah, but you wouldn't let me speak. I don't have to ask them why.
I am letting you speak. I've been letting you talk for like 12 minutes, and I talk like 2, because that's all I need.
Bro, I'm gonna be completely and perfectly honest with you. I do not care what you're saying, bro. Because right now, whatever you say is just so circular and like annoying. I just want to listen to like what VC thinks, like someone that's been here.
Let's save it. What's circular point? You lose the circular point. So like that's very interesting.
I want to say my conclusion, and I want to say like someone else's conclusion, and I want you to say your conclusion, and I want someone to take both of our conclusions.
We could just have them judge based off what they heard, because we went over the point like 4 times, and it was like a big ass ad nauseum for 20 minutes. So I'm pretty sure everyone gets the gist of what the
bro.
Right?
Wait.
So we can just go down to VT.
What do you say to my conclusion? Who cares? I don't care. Listen. Can we both conclude?
I mean, I don't really need a conclusion that much. But
because
you already concluded.
Like, you're being really disingenuous. You're not abiding by the definition we agreed upon. Passive fear hacks equals involuntarily inducing fear. Zabuza
I never agreed with that definition, first of all. I don't know why you said that.
So passive fear
I never agreed with that. You just keep saying I agree to that.
You didn't agree to that, but you didn't contend it when I brought it up. So we're not gonna backtrack.
Because it didn't matter. That doesn't wait. Not contending. Not like you saying. Oh, that's what I think it is. And I just keep talking about my argument. Because you brought up mid-argument when I was arguing,
not contending to a point.
That's not an agreement. Like, I hope you know that.
If I say, oh, Gon is stronger
than
Naruto,
even then,
say, okay,
let's say you do have that definition, right? That's not a refute. That doesn't defeat any of my point.
I asked you, bro. I asked you, can you go grab the definition of fear hacks for me? And you said inducing fear. Anyone in VC that was listening can, like, back me up on this. He said inducing fear is what fear hacks is. So I was like, okay, so passively inducing fear passive fear hacks, right? Just involuntarily inducing fear, like inducing fear without actually voluntarily causing.
I went over a verse about
meanwhile-
it, right, on what it is too during this debate, but it's like fine.
No, you said no.
anyone-
I don't care about what
anyone-
versus Bible says. You said it's inducing fear. So passively inducing fear is passive fear hacks. It's not something
No,
you
it
to
said.
agree upon.
I just said
Passively
I don't need to
inducing
get verse
fear is
about it.
passive fear hacks. It's in the name. Like what?
this
What are y'all debating about?
he has Naruto and I have Killua 100 subs here.
Who do you have?
He has Naruto.
And who do you have?
I have Killua.
Bruh.
Dude! Oh my god.
This is that's the fightiest part. Like it's like heavyweight fight. But
Can't you just argue Killua just?
and the reason he's like super repressed, right, Kendo, is because he can't argue like a speed blitz or anything, right? Because I won 2 points on Killua having like a passive destruction hack that destroys your mind, body, and soul. So he's like desperately trying to find resistance to this. And early's like there's no way of conceding. So he's basically just grabbing to whatever he can. Like
Oh, so your brother's argument that like he can passively destroy mind and body.
Bro, Sakura
Yeah.
beats Killua, bro.
and
That's the
he
sad
lost
part.
the point. So now he's trying to like grab something like to like not lose. Like,
But isn't that
Because, look,
ability
I'm
passive?
not a cow. If I was him, I'll probably be saying it like losing a Naruto's Killua would be like big L. Like
Why does this even matter though? If you're like passive destruction, what the fuck?
yeah, but like it's I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. And he keeps saying like I don't let him talk, but I let him talk for like 5 minutes each time. Like there's no way. Like there's
I'm
no
just
way.
confused on how you have.
And when I speak, he cuts me off. Like that's very interesting.
How does Killua beat Naruto, bro? That's what I'm wondering.
Look, Kendall. I said Killua, Killua, right? Passively would destroy Naruto's mind, body, and soul.
Bro, that
What
argument is so bad,
the
bro.
fuck are you
That argument is so bad.
Yeah. And then we had the people who's in BC, right? I was like, oh, let's get them judge. And he's like, okay. And I asked them, and they're in chat, so I could go pull them up. They said I did.
Yo,
And then
question,
like,
but
I
would
mean,
Sloth
and then he
be
started
able to
complaining,
come to my
right? He
house
started
and
complaining.
have me?
What? Okay, calm down. And then he's complaining.
Who said that?
Oh, the other judges we had agreed never gave their reasoning, but he never asked for it. And he just moved on. Like he never complained once. He's like, oh, okay. And he just made a new point. Like there's no way he's doing this.
Wait, so,
I could beat humans from Dragon Ball Z.
what was he arguing right now? I didn't get what he's arguing, bro.
He's trying to say like Zabuza and this like other person, right, from like that forest has like passive bloodlust like fear hacks thing, which isn't the case. I read the scans. Like
Yeah.
I never read Naruto, but just by the scans alone, that's not what that is.
Mm-hmm. So
And I can tell he's doing whatever because he said earlier like he's not conceding. So like
he trying to get him to pass like resisting passive fear hacks.
he's trying to resist like my erasure thing.
How does that resist erasure thing?
I told him too. I'm in debate. I was like even then, this is not contending my argument. You still get one-shotted.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yo, Sloth, we cannot hear you.
Is he talking?
Oh, no.
That doesn't Naruto have resistance?
He's muted.
Anyway?
What? There's no way he's saying I can hear me. He's muted.
But
W.
one, the absolute frosted flake, north, south, west, east, Ashley Home
Yo,
Story,
like,
and
the thing
JC
is,
Penney Kind
people-
Clothes
like, people came in,
bro. Like, how are
We're
you
thinking it
losing
was like
this?
people thought it was like part one Zabuza versus Killua. Nah, it's prime Naruto versus Killua, bro. Like
What the fuck?
I left and joined
Oh,
back.
no,
so
no.
are we concluding now? Or?
Who the fuck moans
you
right
already
now?
concluded.
Bro, I am out, man. Nah, I'm jumping out my freaking porch. Hell no. How are you losing? I'm out, bro.
I mean, you are Naruto's
Are
hard,
we
so
concluding
I'm
or
not
not?
telling right
Bro,
for your
something wrong
character.
with my PC, bro. With a cable, it keeps
Are
shutting
we
down.
concluding or not?
You already concluded.
Did you conclude?
No,
Wait, so
I
stop.
don't
Can
think
I ask you how resistant to few hacks would resistance
Naruto,
exists?
the reason why I lost, right? So we started off with the debate like with Ren, since that's what every HXH child does. They say, oh, Ren crushes the body, blah, blah, blah. I said, is it like passive? He said it's passive because malicious intent equals malicious Ren. I debunked that, but then he said, oh, look, in the chat, someone said Tamaki W, so that means I must have won, right? I was like, okay.
You're right. That's not what
Kinda
happened. What happened, Lila?
That's not what happened?
No,
That's not
you're
what
right.
happened?
You know what happened.
Why
Let me
is
grab the exact
Sheldon
message.
Page's child like talking right now?
I don't know, bro.
Yo, Shonen Page is child. Come on, man. Stop spurging. Chill out.
Oh, this is
Yeah, bro, they
serious,
keep
bro.
cutting them.
Look, my holy professor, look,
Look,
coconut, look, he's
right
not low-key
here.
have a reason.
This guy said W Tamaki, I heard
eating
it.
it out.
And then this guy
What?
said W Tamaki, I heard it.
I
Then
heard
you went,
Look,
oh
three
yeah, see,
people
look at the
talking at
chat.
the same
Someone said
time. I
W
didn't
Tamaki,
understand
they
what
heard
anybody
it. So
said.
chat's on my side, bro.
it's just Sloth. It's just Sloth being like butthurt because he's losing like prime Naruto.
No,
versus-
Sloth is winning, bro. Trust. Just trust me, bro. Trust me.
You see, you have someone biased on your side now, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yo,
I'm
Scotty.
Yeah,
serious.
Tamaki good.
Scotty,
That,
you
guys,
I'm not
I
taking
am-
that serious. This guy
I am-
Tamaki took that serious.
Archimedes, who's winning?
Yo, my
No,
mom
he's
has full
Archimedes.
cream. Should I
Archimedes.
get it?
Clearly lost, man.
Archimedes
Oh,
is he's dead.
I'm
So,
fucking on my
wait,
dog.
where's the
lost,
previous
man.
judges?
Completely lost. Like, I don't even know what to say anymore.
No, how we've been judging is that people
This
come in
dude
the
says
DC,
Fear
the
Hacks isn't
spectate,
Fear
right?
Hacks. I proved how
Spectate,
it's
and then
Fear
they'll give their
Hacks instead
opinion
of
on it.
Fear
That's
Hacks.
how we've been
It's just
judging the
Sasuke
whole
being
time,
a
right?
bitch, which is an
Bruh.
example of Fear Hacks. So he's basically
And
saying
earlier he was fine when
Sasuke's
there's one
being
or
a
two
bitch,
people, right? But now there's a
he's
crowd
being
of
a bitch
people
because
who
he's
heard
scared,
the
but no,
argument.
that's not Fear Hacks.
He doesn't want the judgment.
Because he's
Yo, Sloth, I'll
That's
judge
so
for you.
circular.
Say your argument.
If
Say
I see
my
the homies
argument?
with the go up,
Yeah.
we can-
Yeah. Like,
starting
like a summarized version of it.
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
summarize.
simplify
If
it, bro.
Tamaki has any
Please.
issues with my summary, I'll stop and let him explain why he thinks my summary is wrong. So are we summarizing
I'll
the
do
entire
it.
debate or
Doesn't
just
have
this
to.
point?
The point, because I already won 2 points. We're not like redoing
Okay,
it.
so this point here, I posted these 2 scans. I'm only gonna say what I've said in this VC, and people can can fact check me if I said this. I said,
Alright.
Sasuke thinks this terrible bloodthirst. Zabuza has done nothing to make Sasuke in the least bit scared. In fact, Zabuza said that he was going to retreat and that he had to go polish
Where
off
the hell
his
is the
man.
scans
So
at?
Sasuke has no reason to feel
The
scared, and yet
Hang up,
he's
hang
blood.
But
What?
hear me out, bro. Can you go off first why would resisting to fear hacks matter, and then just proceed? It's like we can get
What
like
do
a
you mean?
background.
He never explained why it mattered. He was trying to prove it just it was
Because
down
you're
to
saying, oh, resist to fear hacks would resist his existing ratio, and you're not.
He never. No, wait. Keep. The thing is, the thing is,
I'm
that thing he
confused.
said,
Wait,
he
what
never
does
argued
Keith
that. That wasn't
say?
his argument. Yeah, that wasn't his
What did
argument.
Keith say?
That you said these passive like bloodlust would make like Naruto resist my
I
hacks.
said Zabuza had passive fear hacks, and Sasuke was scared, but Naruto wasn't, so Naruto has resisted.
Yeah,
the
I
passive
don't
fear
know.
hacks.
It's a fiction that they coconut. It's like you'd be like.
I know what I used to. Oh my!
Well,
The reason I don't do fiction is because fiction's too easy, idiot. All right.
Facts. Nah, bro, spitting right now, bro.
No.
Spitting.
I know
It's
how
my
to
summary,
fiction.
right?
The existence of
It's
Killua
annoying.
can probably take down Naruto.
No, I'm saying coconut. That's the reason it's this Fergie. Like you already know how they get.
Yeah, I know. It's freaking. Like,
I'm
If you
joking,
want to
Naruto's
redebate with
so
judges,
funny,
bro, let's
though.
redebate with
I'm
actual
drinking
judges.
orange juice.
I understand that, right?
Okay, I know
Tamaki,
who
if you
just
want to
talked, but he
redebate
was
with
spitting.
judges, we can redebate with judges, and you'll see how badly you should have been slammed if you weren't riding the entire
No,
debate.
boss. I'm gonna be
You
honest.
just lose the same way.
IL debates just smack, bro. Much better.
I'd lose
And it's
IRL
recorded
debates. I'd
too.
argue that
It's
I'm better
awesome.
at IRL than I'm
I
better
just
at
had a
fiction.
chick
Like,
message me saying, "Stop, I'm not gay."
if
I
you
don't
want to
do
debate
IRL.
on
You want
I'll
to fight
debate you on
IRL? You
IRL
could
and I'll
debate
slam you.
coconut. Coconut's IRL, boy. You could
The
fight him.
coconut
Debate
Debate
IRL.
anyone here,
Pick a
Luffy
topic.
versus Naruto. I got Naruto. Naruto smashes One Piece first.
Yo,
Yo,
Naruto.
Tamaki, pick an IRL topic.
Yo,
I
Naruto.
don't do IRL.
I'll suck anyone's toes here.
Yo, Naruto, tard.
Yeah, what's good?
You're not funny. Shut up.
Shut up.
Basically,
If you want to do IRL topic, you could do Archie or coconut. Well, Archie's dead, so coconut.
Yo,
Clash,
coconut.
Clash of Clans versus Clash Royale.
Yo, coconut. What topics do you do, bro?
Wait, I don't know.
I do like
Hey, bro, chill. Hey.
like
Okay, bro.
Bro, you're so annoying.
Okay,
Anyway,
so what topics do you do again?
theism and like
Alright, that Naruto Solo's your favorite verse.
what?
You do
Naruto
theology,
Solo's
big.
Dragon Ball
I do
Super.
theism.
Well, which side do you have?
I'll take either. I don't really care.
Dragon Ball Super is kind of fodder. I'm not gonna lie.
I debated like theology once, right? So like my arguments are not like very well.
I don't know who you are.
He's
Yo, I just
upcoming veganism debater, Coconut. Yeah.
Yo, Sloth.
I debated veganism twice, bro.
No, he's a veganism master.
Tamaki.
Yo, Coconut, who you got in Obo versus Yidis on the RL topic page?
Yo, Tamaki, I'll do anyone versus Naruto.
Yidis